if you feel like you lack emotional intelligence or you just want to kind of sharpen your game up a little bit, improve your life, I'll share some tips with you to help me. So, first and foremost, emotional intelligence is simply you managing your emotions, processing them, being able to perceive them, and work out this fine tuned machine of our mind. But when that is not done, it can ruin your life, it can ruin your relationships, your friendships, and many things. So, one of the things that helped me right off the bat is the way I listen and the way I perceive things. So, a lot of the reason why we are so unpeaceful in this world, a lot of the reason why we are so uptight and things like that is because we take so many things personal. For example, if someone was to come into your job, into your school, and they was to yell at you, it will probably make you feel upset. You may get angry, you might get sad, you might get frightened, whatever, whatever, whatever. Now, we feel like that most of the time because we are listening and we're perceiving the world in hope to react or in the manner of reaction. There has to be a reaction. I have to say something back. I have to feel a certain way. But when you think about it like this, instead of me getting upset about what happened, how about I understand or try to understand where this came from? For example, that same person comes at me, yells in my face. It's like, all right, that was disrespectful, right? But what may have they went through or what might they have went through this morning for them to feel like that was necessary? They might have got cheated on this morning. They parents might have died this morning. Something might have happened this morning. It has nothing to do with me because I did nothing to that person. Now, am I gonna sit there and take that? Absolutely not. Right? I'm gonna let you know. Look, you being disrespectful, and I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't play like that. Don't do that. You might have some problems or something going on. I wish you the best, but don't do that. There's many different ways to handle it. But we take things too personal. Someone treats us wrong and someone says something to us. That has nothing to do with you. That person has a long life battle going on with their self. And you'll understand that most of the things that people do, most of the ways that people act are based off of that inner child. If you with a person and every time you open up your mouth and say something, they always at the defense and they always getting hurt and they always arguing, that's a wounded child. And a wound cannot heal if you keep touching it. And they don't face that, but that has nothing to do with you. You can be there for them, you can say all these lovely things, you can do all these lovely things, but it has nothing to do with you. And that was the truth that I had to endure, and it hurt, man. It hurt. Because imagine loving somebody. Imagine giving all your time and energy to a person who is wounded and you knew that. And you wanted to help them all you could, but it's like nothing you did was ever right. You did things and things were good, but it always went back to the same thing. But it was because this person did not deal with their traumas. This person was running away from their traumas and letting their traumas bleed on you. Letting old wounds bleed on a new cloth, and that's not fair to nobody, not even themselves. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just not taking things personal and listening to understand. If your partner tells you that you hurt their feelings, instead of you saying I didn't do it or I didn't mean to, no, listen to what they're saying. You hurt my feelings because you did this and this and this, right? It hurt my feelings. Well, if I care about you, the last thing I want to do is hurt your feelings. So we should be able to have an exchange and find somewhere in the middle where we can meet in the middle. It shouldn't be always defense. You did this, you did that. No, I can do this, right? And on the other side, I can do this. We can do this. We can accomplish this. And many people don't see it like that. But that's literally the way that I see the world in order to find my own peace. And another thing is stop resisting. Stop resisting. This goes into trauma too. When something happens to you, instead of running away from it, face it. But I like to use this analogy. Resistance is not renewal. If you're denying something, that's not renewing. The first step of grieving, the first step of recovery is denial because you pushing things away. Oh, I'm not crazy. I'm not an addict, or this and this and that. You don't believe it. You're not aware. One of the key components of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. But back to my point, resistance is not renewal. If you were to murder 13 people and the police came to arrest you and you resisted arrest, does that mean you didn't kill 13 people? Absolutely not. So, in order for renewal to start, recovery to start, you would have to get in those cuffs. You have to go to, you know what I'm saying? You have to go through the whole process. And I like to look at it in that spiritual aspect. If you're doing something When something is going on, instead of you resisting it, just accept it. Go throughout the process. It's not gonna be pretty. You know what I'm saying? Things gonna hurt, things gonna happen, but you gotta go through the process. You can't resist it because if you do, it's gonna snowball. Whether that's your emotions, whether that's, a financial issue, whatever it is, it's gonna snowball. The little snowball gonna start off this big. It's gonna roll down the hill and it's gonna keep going and it's gonna keep going and it's gonna keep going, and then it's gonna be bigger than you one day. And if it ever do hit you, which it will, it's gonna crush you. And last but not least, whenever something is going on in your life in general, all the decisions you make, whatever it is, always think through it. So, for example, let's say I wake up, get out of the bed, say, you know what, today I'm gonna just stay on my phone all day. All right, that's a decision right there. I'm gonna stay on my phone all day. Boom. Now, when you're emotionally intelligent, this is how you work. This is how you think. You wake up, you think, all right, I'm gonna get on my phone all day. And while I'm on my phone all day, I'm not gonna be doing much. I might eat some snacks, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna have nothing done. That's gonna set me back. I could have had so much more work done if I was just to go do something. You're thinking through your decisions, or even a better example, you get into it with your partner. Y'all both yelling, things are getting crazy. Now it's getting to the point where like something bad is about to happen. You should be able to pick up that and be like, you know what? You got it. You got it. You need time to cool down. I need time to cool down. This argument, these emotions is not worth it's not worth falling into this trap because I feel like our bond is going to be severed. And you are much more important to me than me expressing these emotions right now because at this point, I don't have control of my emotions and I need to cool down. And so do you. I think that's our best interest. We thinking through things. But most of the time we are so here and we on the defensive and we want to get our point across and we want to prove somebody right. No, 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 no. When you are partnering with somebody, including yourself, it's not a one-sided thing. It's a, you know, it's a partnership. And you never want to get divided. You never want to be against each other. It's not me versus you. If I'm with a girl, it's me versus you. You wrong and I'm right. No, 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 no. It's we have a problem. I am with you. You are my partner. We have a problem. It is me and you together. It is us versus the problem. Nothing else. Because the moment we start to divide things, the moment we start to get on these sides and have this opposition, that is when things go wrong. So you got to think through all your decisions. If you wanted to drive to Africa in your car, well, buddy, I'm here to tell you, if you're in the United States, you're going to run into water at some point. Did you think about that? Let's say you wanted to go out on your boat and your boat had 300 miles of range and your tank was half empty. So you had 150 miles of range, but you wanted to travel 200 miles. Buddy, you still got 50 miles you need to think about. So everything you do, everything in life you do, you should think through these decisions and it will make you realize what's worth it and what's not. Is it worth staying up to 3 o'clock every night to go get on that website? Is it worth skipping the gym? Because if you skip the gym 3 days in a row, then it's gonna become a habit. And then 3 weeks later, you're gonna miss out on 3 weeks of progress you could have had. Think through all your decisions, and I guarantee you your life will improve, you will be more at peace, and everything will just be fine. And that's all I'm gonna leave you with today. I'm not here to take up your time. I just wanted to convey a quick message, and I got so many things planned for y'all. Um, I do want to release this series. If you're still watching, just let me know if y'all be interested in that. I want to release this series on certain parts of life that I've experienced, and I feel like I have a lot to say. Like, for example, relationships. I wanted to make a playlist with relationships, like how to have a successful relationship. And this video will be in it, emotional intelligence, learning how to communicate, learning how to just do all these things, and just making these playlists, having a playlist with health. And I do have playlists already, but I just want to make all these little sectors on top of the new content that I'm bringing, just extending my reach, extending my audience, and just trying to share more positive messages and just helping people out because it's a lot of information that I know now that I wish somebody would have told me when I was younger. Um, I do have this little series I want to do, or at least just a video about kids that are in high school or people that are in high school, um, people that's just graduating, just trying to get ahead in life. So y'all just let me know if y'all interested in that type of stuff, and I will do my best to get that to you. But yeah, man, I'm alive and well. Hope you alive and well. I love you, appreciate you, and big things coming soon. And if you don't know, your boy finna start balling. But that's for the OGs who really know. But y'all take it easy, man. I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.